Hello, hello, hello. And it is Friday night, date night. And we have our friends Daisy and Peter back with us again. This is the second time. And I'm going to tell you, we laughed so much with them last time with our other friends. I mean, it was just. It was just a fun time together that we decided we wanted to have them back. Of course, I'm with my husband, Calvin Reyes, and Peter Daisy. I'll let them say something about themselves again this time, and then we'll jump right in.
Well, thanks for having us back. We had a great time last time.
Yes.
We were looking so forward to coming back on here and another shot at internet fame here. So, this is only our second YouTube video ever, so we're super excited and glad to be back.
I was telling a friend of mine, I said, we having Peter and Daisy back on, and she's like, I think they need their own show. Y'all should go at it, Peter. You'd be surprised. You would. I mean, just getting on, you'd be surprised. People like to hear what other people have to say about all kind of topics. So you would be really surprised.
There you go. Maybe the Ninja Dad channel will come on.
And so, have you all had a great day today?
It's been a little damp here in Arkansas, right? A little rainy, but yeah, I had a good day, and Daisy had a good day.
Yeah.
She fell down the stairs yesterday, so she's been around. So
You didn't break nothing, did you?
Ankle.
Oh wow!
You hurt your ankle?
Yes, but I'm okay.
Good.
Got this big boot on.
Oh wow! Wow!
But
That's
I still
okay.
work.
Life is good. Life is still good. Yeah, we still
Well,
out there.
I'm glad you're okay, Daisy.
Mhm.
I'm glad you're okay.
Yeah.
Tell us something. How long have you all been together?
Wow, it's been since 2000.
15 right now is over 10 years
10 years.
already. But this August we end up 10 years in marriage.
Gee, wow!
10 years. Yeah, Travis is about 8 years old, so yeah, it's been almost 10 years now. So
Amen. And Travis and Tiffany, they doing okay tonight?
yeah, they're somewhere. They're with our new little poodle dog. We got a new dog. Her name is Tinkerbell. So a little puppy dog that they like to
2 months ago.
play with at night. So yeah, she's our new addition to the family.
Oh,
Yeah,
awesome!
all right,
Is it a toy poodle or a regular poodle?
A mini.
Not a toy, but she's about 10 pounds.
Wow!
Raining 10 pounds, but maximum is 15 pounds.
See, I've been telling Calvin I'm gonna save my money so I can get me one. I want one so bad.
And you know why I have the puppy?
Yeah.
Because I asked Victor the turkey, and
Wow.
then he gave me the puppy for I don't get the new baby.
It worked. It got her attention off of the.
And right now I'm still busy.
She's too busy for a third kid.
I don't blame you, Peter. But you need to get me a puppy.
Well, we had a puppy, and the puppy was so little, it just whined all night long. We couldn't get no rest.
He couldn't get any rest. I was fine.
It just whine. I mean, even when we closed all the doors in the house, it still was whining so loud with the doors closed. I couldn't get no sleep.
She sleep with me now.
Yeah,
It's okay.
She
Night
cuddles
time.
with us. So.
Mhm.
So we went to a place called Puppy Dreams, and they let you test the puppy out, so you get to play with it. So you can pay $10 for every half an hour. So we get to play with the puppy. You get to know them before you buy. So buy.
Awesome. That's awesome.
So Peter and Daisy, when did you all realize that y'all communication style that needed to change?
Wow, at first, the language barrier was really tough, right? So I hadn't speaking Vietnamese, to somebody in decades and years. So when I met her, um, I did whatever I could to, communicate with like body language, tone of voice,
Mhm.
and things like that. But after a while, it still didn't work. We were still fighting all the time, just in different languages and stuff like that. Um, but it was really about maybe a couple of years ago, 2 years ago, where we just we lived in California, and our communication differences amplified because we lived in such a small apartment.
Oh wow.
So
Then he's so busy. He very busy. I'm home with the kid. Like my neighborhood think I am single mom because
Yeah.
he go home very late.
Yeah.
Like that time I don't understand what happened outside the house with his job, and then he don't understand my job inside the house.
Yeah.
Yeah, but right now it's like
yeah,
we share the time, half like yeah, he work and I'm work too. We understand, and sometimes he can home with the kid, take care of them. I think it's work.
yeah,
You
Yeah.
know, we learn. I think every day. I
Mhm.
right now I learn every day for make my life is better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
it's tough when you have one income household. Where one person tries to make all the money and the other person stays home and does all the home things.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah, you just don't appreciate what the other person does, right? You think, oh, what are you doing at home all day? And then, well, what are you doing out there all evening?
That's what he be asking me. What you do today?
Yeah, what
I
you get?
work.
Like we did nothing, right? And but it's great, because I get to stay at home and I get to do, play and with the kids, all the stuff. So I get to be a kid with my kids now, and it's not just all work, work, work. And
Mhm.
she gets to go out and be her own boss lady at her own job and be, productive and everything too. So that's when it changed. When we realized one income household, it just wasn't working.
Right. Right.
Yeah.
Her and the
Mm.
responsibilities, it makes it easier. The
Mhm.
team is easier than one for sure.
Mhm.
Raising a
Yeah.
family.
Well, I think our communication style we do pretty well as long as we don't get in the car,
Oh yeah,
and not just any car. You want to tell them, or you want me
Look, you go ahead.
to?
Yeah.
So we get along really well. We communicate well. It's just when we get in my car, if I'm driving,
oh
it's
okay.
Oh,
so that's where the communication falls, or there's a disconnect. I can't tell you what the disconnect is. He got to tell you what the disconnect is. He
What,
think I'm not watching the road. He think I'm about to miss my turn. But when we get in his car, we don't have that problem because I know how to shut up.
well, the thing about it, when I drive, I try to drive ahead where I know where I'm going, and I don't want to wait till the last minute to get over in the lane. And I know I'm going to make a left turn, and then here I come. I'm in the right lane, and all of a sudden here come my turn. I wait too late to get over. I may not be able to get over. I've just learned to drive ahead where I know I'm going, to where she waits to the last
I
minute to get
don't wait to the
over.
last minute.
mm.
You
I
know, and
don't wait.
when she do that, it'd be like, man,
I don't wait to the last
you
minute.
could have got over 5 minutes ago. Why you wait so long?
My daddy was a truck driver. He taught us when to get over.
See,
And it's always
what you're
time.
doing, See, he's a
You notice,
professional driver, so
right? There's
you got
no
to look at the same
communication.
standards as a professional driver. See, we're trained to do that. We're trained to look, 2 miles up the road and plan
Right.
it out and everything. See, he's
Yeah.
trying to micromanage you like I'm micromanaging him. He's taking all the issues out on you that he has with me.
So, like I said, the communication is fine until I'm the one driving. So most of the time he does the driving. So
Yeah. I mean,
Calvin, I had the same issues. You know how I deal with it now? I just go to sleep when she drives.
What you say?
I woke up yesterday. I said, I dreamed that we almost got into 3 car accidents yesterday. That wasn't a dream. I hadn't been driving for a while, so yeah. I just I stopped being conscious. I just when she drives, I lean back and I just go to sleep.
so Peter, did the dream come to pass?
No, I think they're near misses. But yeah, I just put it in faith now that we'll be all right by the time we
well, good.
It's okay. It's okay.
Yeah,
Oh, that's funny.
So we as people, sometimes we can get a little prideful, and sometimes we can let our pride get in the way. So as a married couple, when did pride get in the way that it costed you all something?
she's probably not gonna like me saying this, but it just kept me from getting some nookie, on my pride. Cut me out of the bedroom, cut me on the couch, and I just had
That'll do it.
my mouth. I don't need to play. Let's be honest. All the good husbands know out there. That's a real thing, right? Our ego can't get too much in the way.
So hey, that's a cute little dog. Hey, Tinkerbell.
Oh my God.
Hey, so you had to humble yourself, right?
Yeah, because I realized 5 minutes of arguing might mean 5 weeks of staying on the couch. So I try to and I realized the next time we would have an argument, I keep my mouth shut maybe a minute, like sooner, and then hey, next thing you know, I'm not in the doghouse so long. So I learned, we learned.
That's funny.
Creatures that over the years, if I do something, that timeline gets a little shorter, and we forgive a little easier, and and I think that's an important part about marriage, right? When you're in intimacy is you're on fire, or if you're upset at each other. But yeah, I think that's my motivation. She knows what motivates me, so she holds out good, man. She has better self-control than I do, for sure. So that's when I realized. That's why I realized.
Well, I think by me being married, I think I've learned to just be like a servant. To learn to serve my wife instead of hollering at her or going at her or just trying to throw some. And I learned that as I serve her, the more I serve her, the more I get out of her. And if I don't serve her, I don't get nothing.
Nothing. Yeah.
It's almost like I'm a slave. I got to do what she say
I don't treat you
in
like
order
no slave.
to get what I want.
Don't be
Would
saying
it be a popsicle, or I just want her to write something for me or whatever? I'm just learning to be a slave so I can get what I want. I don't want no for an answer.
Oh, I just cannot believe you saying that. People didn't. I don't treat you like that. He is being funny.
Hey, Daisy. Yeah. What boundary have you set that was too late in life that you should have set it earlier?
Oh, the boundaries.
Yeah, what boundary?
I was asked about that word earlier, the boundaries.
Like I don't know my boundaries, until when he took it.
Until I cross it. So we're always testing each other.
That's true. That's true.
And then
That's
like for after 10 years together, like when I told him this is
This is my boundary.
and he stopped that. He
Yeah.
don't do that. Yeah.
Yeah.
For after 10 years, yeah. Like we learn every day together.
Yeah, we're always stepping over the boundaries, trusted. You know, we're always testing the boundaries, but you know, I think one example, and I'll let you all into our lives a little bit, you know, and you know, I had like a poker playing problem, right, out in California, and I would play poker all the time, and one of the boundaries that we set here when we moved to Arkansas was, we banned myself from all the casinos before I even went to the casinos.
That was good.
So we moved here, and she would follow me around to each of the casinos, and we would go to the security, and we would say, "This man is never allowed to come in here." Actually, I'm allowed to go there. I'm just never allowed to win, I guess. So I can play at those casinos. I'm just never allowed to cash out. So I think that was like you know, there's some, you know, questions about finances and stuff like that later on, but you know, just to, you know, let you all in, you know, that was
good.
that was a hard boundary for me, you know, so that was something that I had trouble dealing with.
Wow.
Right.
But he do this for me and my family.
Yeah, just for her peace of mind and everything like that. And I said, you know, how can I give you peace of mind that I won't go into these places, you know, while I'm out there at work or in between shifts or whatever, because, you know, I don't have, you know, an office, right? And so, you know, I said, hey, you know what? Let's I'm gonna ban myself from these places. I'm gonna put myself on the list. And
That
so
was
that was one way where I showed her that I was serious about, you know, quitting gambling and things like that. So yeah, you know, that was one boundary that's a hard boundary, right? That's a legal boundary right there that we
right. That was a tough, wise decision, you know, and that was thinking about, you know, the family as a whole.
You know, because my country don't have casino. And then I don't see my mom and my dad do like any casino before. You know? Yeah, it's not normal for me. And then right now he understand, and then he make it for me.
Yeah. I set a boundary, you know, for us, and that was up front. I told him, I said, we're good long as you don't call me a lazy female. You remember that? I said, as long as you don't call me lazy, we're good. I mean, those are triggers because I'm not lazy. You see what I'm saying? But you know, sometimes when you disagree, and you know, you may say something, you know, but I told him up front, I said, this is one of my pet peeves and my boundaries, you know, just don't go there, you know, because I'm not lazy, I'm productive. And he received it. Of course, he has never done it, but you know, when we were talking about things up front, that was something I told him.
You know, Peter and Daisy, I had to set a boundary that I was not going to lose no more money because I wasn't a casino player, but I always used to go and play the dog race, and I would go and bet on the dog. And one day, the dog I had put some money on the dog to win, and the dog broke out the box and got halfway around the track leading, and then all of a sudden the dog turns around and run back the other way.
Oh my God!
And I lost my money. And you know, I remember times I would go to the dog race, and I would win. I would win $1,000 like in the first two races, and instead of me going home, I get greedy trying to win some more races, and I end up losing the whole $1,000. So I set a boundary and said I am not going to the dog race no more, losing my money, because I got tired of losing.
Amen. That was well before me.
I mean, because playing that stuff, it'll keep you broke.
Yep.
'Cause, I mean, they got it set up for them to win more than the person that's coming in there. So you might win sometime, but you ain't gonna win all the time.
Yeah, that's true. That's
You
true.
know. So let me ask you this here. What assumptions about y'all marriage or commitment turned out to be wrong?
I always thought that, I could do everything, take care of everything, be the man, and it takes a team. It takes a little village, even we're blessed to have our her mom living with us, and I still think it's hard, and she does like all the work for us, but I think that it's really hard to do it by yourself. And I think we grow up in a society where we're, trying to be independent and ballers or whatever we're trying to grow up. And, nothing ever tells you it's just easier doing it together.
Mm-hmm. Because for a few years, like we choice, he do anything outside, make the money. I take care inside the house. But like 2-3 years ago, we say, oh, maybe it's wrong because we
Because we argued all the time. We didn't share anything.
Yeah.
It was her world and my world, and we would try to coexist. But yeah, it was tough. You can't do things by yourself. It's that yin and the yang, and each of the white and black has a little bit of the other color in it, right? And you have to. You have to share. You have to share the experience, not even the responsibility. It's the experience. I don't think it would be fair if my kids grew up and she was the only one that spent time with them, and it wasn't fair that she felt that I made the money but she didn't bring anything home. So then there's a power struggle there. Am I contributing? So yeah, it's just easier when it's shared responsibility, and that's the way to go. I think the family model.
Yeah. Hey, Peter and Daisy, what would you say to those that are listening right now that are waiting to be married? What could they do while they're waiting on the process of gaining a husband or a wife?
You know what? So I'm gonna answer that question just coming from a space when I was single and in the space to be ready. I read this book called The Secret, right? And you have to like kind of manifest things and stuff like that. And so if you want to have a life partner, like live like you already have a life partner, meaning
That's good.
That's good.
like maybe having enough silverware for the whole family. So when I would go out and buy things, I wouldn't buy stuff as a single person. I would buy a family set, knowing that hey, one day I'm gonna have, like I'm gonna need 4 cereal bowls, 4 dinner plates, 4 salad plates, things like that. So I was manifesting stuff like that. Like when I was single, I would buy like stuff like couples. It was weird, but I would buy like 2 Michigan State shirts. One in my size and one in what I thought would be my ideal, partner size. And it was weird. I manifested my wife, right? Because I'm already in the groove of doing stuff like that and the mentality, and then the secret is, you think it out, you think it, and it'll appear. So if you're single, just be in the mental space to be ready to live with another human.
Yeah.
Right. Stop living and acting like you're like the only creature that's going to occupy that space for forever. Right. So yeah, just practice stuff like that.
And when you're single, your money is yourself. But when it's married, your money is not for.
It's not even yours anymore.
That's true.
Anymore. How much is in my bank account? So yeah, so I guess just get used to just giving your money away. Practice that. Just go home and just pretend that you're giving your money away. Put it in a secret jar or something. Pretend that you have no money. That's how I would pretend to.
Man, that's a big
my country do like that, and then right now I am bitter do like the same.
Yeah, we're broke. We're house broke. We just pretend that we're broke. So if you want to be, if you want to be single and act like you're rich and a baller and have great social, that's great and all, but that's not real. Act,
Yeah.
act like you're poor. Be humble a little bit, and that will invite kind of like space for another person to come in. Because once you're trying, when you're peacocking and spending all this money and everything like that, people know, you're not ready to settle down and stuff like that. So if you're ready to
Yeah.
settle down, act like you're, responsible. Stop spending so much money. I think that's what attracts women, right? I don't know. When I stopped spending money, she liked me more.
So Daisy, how did you prepare for a husband? I mean, did you always want to be married? Did you know you was gonna get married one day?
Time to be John.
Chuẩn bị cho chồng.
Get ready for me.
Like
Trước khi
like when I come here, I alone. But when I miss Peter, he saw me everything. He take care of me good.
Yeah.
And yeah, we talk a lot about future. And the thing he talked with me, like the thing I think for a long time. I want the kid. I want I don't know how to speak English more.
Mhm.
Like he when I talk with him, I feel safety.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Muốn kiếm
I
được
was like that with you, baby.
cho em an toàn.
she's trying to find someone to, just make her feel comfortable.
Yeah.
For sure.
Thing, yeah. And then I because my English is not good, I want find a man can teach my kid is good.
Mhm.
Yeah. And Peter saw from I see it. I
Yeah.
saw in Peter, yes.
Yeah.
The first thing, but after we together, I love him.
Hey.
Everything, yeah. Right now, still,
People,
because he try everything good for my family, for my kid.
that's awesome. That's good. So how did you prepare?
Well, what I did was I just I didn't think about it a lot. I knew I wanted to be married, but I didn't, how you know something is coming, and then it's supposed to arrive on the day that it says it's supposed to come, and you just keep going to the mailbox and it don't never come the day it says, and then you go back the next day, it still ain't showed up. And then as soon as you take your mind off of it, that's when it show up. So I wanted to be married, but I didn't focus on it every day like some people do. I just have in mind on what I'm gonna do, and then I just left it alone. And then next thing you know, what I wanted showed up. So I think that whatever you desire, don't focus on it so much because it delays the process of it coming. And it'll come more faster if you just don't focus on it. Before you know it, it'll show up. It'll just show up on you, So I just didn't focus on a lot. But I knew I wanted to be married because I came up in a family where I had my mother and my father married together for 32 years. So I always wanted that. I couldn't see myself being out here with a bunch of women. I couldn't do it. So and plus I didn't want to get all these girls pregnant. I didn't want no child support. I didn't want the judge come locking me up. Because where I came from, Peter and Days in Memphis, they had a judge, and his name was Kenneth Turner. And a lot of my friends would go before him, and they would be like, "Hey, judge, this ain't my baby." And you know what the judge would tell them? Feed him till he look like it.
Oh no.
And the judge meant it. And he
God.
made the man pay the child support, even though it wasn't his baby.
My God, I don't blame you.
So Peter and Daisy, what advice would you give someone that's being led astray in their marriage?
You mean by other people? You mean like
Yeah, by other people, yeah.
Being led astray would mean you're probably surrounding yourself with people that that might not I always told people don't take financial advice from broke people.
That's
Don't
good.
take advice from a single person. Don't take fashion advice from someone that's ugly, right? You got to make sure that whoever's telling you that advice, just look at their lives, and if they're happy and if they got a great marriage, then sure, follow their path, right? Or if you want good like business advice, just look at that person's success in their business.
That's good.
And, a lot of times people people, I don't know why people do things, why they do, but whatever, whenever you're listening to someone talking, just look and see what's going on in their own lives and take that advice with a grain of salt, right? So I might see somebody and they're giving me marriage advice and they're divorced. So whatever they say, I'm going to do the opposite.
Yeah.
I like listening to people's other ideas. Doesn't mean I'm going to follow it. I could do it just to gain that perspective to do the exact opposite thing. So whoever you're taking your advice from, if they don't have a great marriage and they're saying, do this, do that, okay, I'm going to take that note. That's the path of a single divorced person.
Right.
So that if you want to walk that path, then follow that path. But I encourage advice from everyone. Just let them talk. And then take your notes mentally or on paper or something, and just go, you know what? Is that the path? So yeah, if you're being led astray, maybe it could be good advice. It just depends on if that person's got a great relationship or not.
Yeah.
So if they have a good relationship and you're in a bad relationship, maybe astray to you might be the right path, because you're on maybe you might be on the wrong path. So just whoever teacher you're listening to, whoever prophet you're listening to, just look at how they live their lives. Take that advice accordingly.
Yeah, I took that advice, Peter. I did not deal with, if they had a negative view of men, I was not going to sit down and listen to them. I was not. And so if they had a negative view of marriage, I could not do it. I even block people on Facebook.
But you don't follow their path.
Right.
Yeah.
You listen to totally understand why they think and feel that way, because that experience is real too.
Yeah.
Right. That their experience, their perspective, and you don't have to live their lives. I like living vicariously through other people. I love talking to people that failed and things like that, and I don't ever like I don't ever like say something so they feel like they're like they don't want to keep sharing with me, because I want to get the most out of them. I'm trying to live out their life as much as I can, so I don't have to live that life a lot of times, So I'll keep going on. So tell me about that pyramid scheme. Okay, so next thing you know, I know when someone's trying to scam me, what's going on, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, I think anyone's perspective is valid. So if you're being led astray, just be aware that you don't have to follow everyone.
That's a good question.
So Peter, when you was coming up, and days when y'all was coming up in y'all's family, there's things that we learned in our family. So now that you all are married, what pattern or what things you learn in your single life with your family that you could not take into your marriage?
Ba mẹ
Mm.
học ở ba mẹ. Now, with my I learned from my parents. Like when we talk, the wife talk with husband need to nice voice, sweet voice, you know, more calm down.
Yeah.
Yeah, I learned from my mom because like when I the little girl, life from Vietnam is not easy,
Yeah.
and they work a lot, very stressed. That time I don't understand. Now I understand. And
Yeah,
sometimes they fight too much. My mom, when she talk with my dad, not sweet. Sometimes, yes. And right now I learn, I try, but my voice right now is very loud. I sometimes forgot. Yeah, I sometimes I forgot. I angry, forgot. I'm very loud.
Oh,
yeah.
I think it's every woman. Yes, I do it too. He said, "Calm down, baby."
Well, I came up in a house where my parents was always angry and always hollering and screaming. And so I knew that if I ever got married one day, I could not take that into my marriage because it's something about screaming and hollering at somebody would eventually damage their spirit.
Yeah.
And so I didn't want to take that into my marriage to where it would have cost me a broken relationship, or it could have cost my kids to turn on me because I'm always screaming and hollering at them. And and as parents, we know that we have to be gentle and kind with our
That's good.
kids in order for them to have a calm spirit. But if I go around abusing them, screaming and hollering at them, then they're gonna grow up with a messed up mind mentally. They'll be depressed and they'll be enraged. So I knew I couldn't take that stuff into my family. Because we have to be careful what we're taking into our relationship because it could harm us down the road. It could bring real significant damage. And then you'll turn around, and look around, me like, well, how did that happen? Well, if you scream and holler at your kid all the time, eventually you're gonna provoke them.
Yeah.
And so we know that we're not supposed to provoke our kids to anger. So we have to be careful. Cause I didn't want my marriage to be like my parents. I wanted to have a better marriage. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah. I
Yeah,
agree.
I think that's important. We take the memories we had as a little kid, and we try to do better for our kids. Like just for me, growing up, um, our house was the party house. My parents always had people over. We were always entertaining and things like that. And I saw throughout the years that friends come and go sometimes with money, right? And
Yeah.
I
Right.
saw that, when my parents split up and when, my mom passed and my dad didn't have that money, he didn't have no friends,
Right.
right? And so, when we finally came upon here, I told my wife, I'm like, our house isn't the party house. We do have a nice house, but I don't want my children going grow. I want them having authentic friends, right? Like if they're gonna
Yeah.
have friends, it's gonna be because they have the same interests and things like that, not because they can come over and we're always posting or something like that. So I think that's one thing I do a little bit different than maybe what my parents did, and
That's
breaking the
cool.
chain. was
Yeah.
we were all the entertainers and stuff. So now we don't have, we were pretty private.
Yeah.
You know, so we you know, we have the kids growing up in a way where they're more focused on the school and things. I remember my parents letting me call off Super Bowl stuff, you know, the Monday after Super Bowl all the time. That was like a holiday for us, and you know, not so much here. You know, we're a little bit more focused on you know, the school and things like that. So that's maybe one thing I learned to do a little bit different with my parents.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, that's good. So Peter, when did you stay too long on your job that could have hurted your marriage? When you know you should have let that job go?
He just worked
I
with
don't
one
know. I only
company.
had one job, so
One
Wow.
company.
yeah. So I've always worked for someone.
Awesome.
So, you know, for me, it's, you know, the job's the job, right? Like the people that come and go, you got to put up with that. Like that's the world, you know? And so I've always had a loyal mentality when it comes to work. You know, work is work, you know, and you just put your head down and you grind. Um, so it's not about like staying too long. It's about adjusting me, you know, like what are the things that I held on for too long, right? So like for example, the idea of being an executive, you know, the man, you know, like, you know, every signature of mine will move millions of dollars here and there. Like, so I let go of that. I don't need to be that person anymore. So it's not necessarily like the job in the company, right? The job in the company for me like has been great. Sherwin's been great and given me every opportunity. It's me that's changed. You know what I want out of the company. You know, I don't need to be the man anymore. I don't need to have 130 people calling me the boss, and that you know, my ego doesn't need that anymore, right?
Yeah.
I just
I-
need 15 people that I like to enjoy working with, like Calvin, you know, that I respect, that I have common interest in, and that's where I changed. You know, it wasn't, I didn't make the company change. I didn't change the job title.
That's
I
good.
changed Peter and what I was willing to call successful, right? So now, I mean, success before meant, you know, I'm at this pay grade and I have these many people under me. Success for me today means, you know, am I still valued, and can I balance my work life, right? You know, can I come home and, you know, not be monster daddy, right? You know, are you monster daddy today? Are you normal daddy? Are you cool daddy? You know, and you know, I never want to be monster daddy anymore. You know, I don't need that on my business card. You know, like, you know, district manager / monster daddy. You know, I don't need that job title. You know, I'm okay being you know, a supervisor of a small productive group. I'm okay with that. So you know, I think and that's a great question, right? Because a lot of, and Daisy, I'll even, you know, I'll speak on Daisy's behalf because I do that all the time. You know, Daisy, she can go from shop to shop, right? You know, working as a nail technician, and you know, you can get frustrated at the dramas of, you know, the nail world, right? Customer service, you know, being in a mom and pop store and things like that. Well, sometimes you just have to change yourself, you know, like
Yeah.
going from store to store, she's getting different credentials, like, you know, eyelashes, and then, you know, she's adding value to herself versus
Wow.
trying to change the job, right? It's never the job.
I
The
want
job,
eyelashes, Daisy.
You look so good.
I might need to come see you.
yeah, come down and you know, Love Nails. Shameless plug off of Rodney Parham in Little Rock. Easy, but yeah, you know, when it comes to jobs, you know, and I used to think about this all the time. You know, business philosophy, job fulfillment, things like that. Each job is the job.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Person is the person that has to change.
Right. Right. That's right.
You have to change what you want out of your job and what you want the job to offer you, and because the job will never change for the person. That's I think people that think their job or their career is going to change and meet them somewhere. No, that job and career is already on its own path.
Yeah.
Whether you want to hop on that train or hop on another train or another ladder or whatever, just change yourself, change your values. Everything will be all right.
That's good. That's good.
Well, Peter, we gonna ask y'all one more question.
Oh, okay.
And so
I would spend all night with you if you wanted to, but we need to do an after hours
Come
session.
on.
okay. Well, we keep some more. We'll keep some more. So
okay.
my next question is, what is the most painful financial mistake you have ever made?
Well, I can tell you what might with me.
Oh my gosh, yeah, the money. Well, I'll tell you right now. The freaking Lions versus the 49ers in the NFC Championship. That was a terrible game for me. The Lions were up at halftime and blew it to the Niners. But yeah, you'll get me riled up.
You bet on it?
Yeah, I bet on that game. That's why I moved out of California. I can't support my 49ers anymore.
So after you lost, you dropped the team.
Yeah, I dropped the team, and then I got put in the doghouse, and then we had to move to Arkansas.
You put him in the doghouse, Daisy?
Yeah, we had the doghouse all the way to the next season. Oh my God.
I like sports too.
It's funny, boy.
But that's at the end of the day, I think putting money on sports is a bad idea. Okay, and I think if you just make sports fun, without the money, find yourself some friends. That's why I hired Calvin. Me and him would talk football and stuff. But we don't need to put any money on it. Where it gets expensive with sports is when you're doing it by yourself. When you're watching games by yourself, now you're like betting on it. You just find yourself some buddies to go watch the game with. You don't have to put you buy yourselves a beer or whatever. But I think loneliness is the most financially costly mistake, right, for a man. We get all lonely and we want to watch the game with somebody or something, and next thing you don't have anyone to watch the game with, so you put $100 on it. Give yourself a little excitement.
Some excitement.
Yeah, find yourself some friends out there. For all you single guys, don't spend money. Just hang out with your buddies instead. So.
Well, my financial thing is I bought that Range Rover. I like it. I can afford it, but it's small.
Okay.
It's so small. I should have bought I couldn't afford the bigger one, but I have the Evoque. And every time I get in that truck, I'm like, why did I buy this small truck? And I like buying things. I can't haul anything in it. And each time I'm just complaining, why did I buy this small truck?
She can haul some sandwiches.
That's about it.
A lot of your problems revolve on your car, it seems like, when you're driving your car. That's why we bought a minivan. We bought a nice minivan. Plug for the Toyota Sienna there.
Yeah, I need, I'm used to a big body. I'm not a Suburban, but something bigger. Like not bigger than a
Kelvin. Like a Kelvin. Yeah, like a big body Kelvin. You're not dating a big Toyota.
I need to right.
Kelvin over there.
Exactly.
So Peter and Daisy, tell me this here. How did you all handle arguments to keep them from going into conflicts?
How? Yeah. How do we argue now? Yeah, I just shut up.
We learn a lot.
You just shut up.
Yeah, like I was saying earlier, you know, the more I talk, the longer I'm in the dog pen, you know.
Before Peter cannot stop talk when he angry, but right now he learned how to stop.
Mhm.
So what you say is it's best to get along with your wife so there'll be peace in the house?
Yeah, just shut up, you know. I think a lot of it just comes down to just shut up, you know. And it was tough for me. It was tough for me to really hold back. I have a temper, and I like to take out all my work stuff on my family sometimes and everything like that. And you know, so it was nice to get into a job first that I don't have work stress to take
Yeah.
out on my family. So I think that's one thing to help me shut up is there's nothing in my brain to kind of like there's nothing bottled up in there, if that makes sense. So I think that was, that kind of ties in with your thing, Calvin, about, not staying at a place for too long.
Yeah.
I just found out, and I'm going to give a shameless plug to like some business logic, right? Like if you ever read the book, The Peter Principle, it's not named after me, but the Peter Principle basically says, in a company, people get promoted to a point where they can't handle their job no more, right?
Yeah.
Like, salesman will be promoted to a sales manager, but a sales manager doesn't have the same skills as the salesman, right? So
Right.
for me, I just, I think for everybody, I think you just have to learn where you're comfortable at. You can go a little bit above your comfort level, but then be humble enough to go back down.
Yeah.
You know what? I tried climbing the corporate ladder, but hey, I'm where I'm at now, and I'm okay with it. And as long as I'm okay with it, I don't argue as much. I don't get in much conflict because there's not conflict within me, right? There's not, I'm not fighting myself, so I'm not taking it out on her. Um, but she realizes too. I think she notices once like I'm starting to get angry or my face is turning a different color. I'm a terrible poker player. People see like exactly what I'm holding, right? And I think she knows when to stop like poking me, and she knows like she knows exactly what to say for me to like throw something across the room, and she laughs. She's like, I got him. Um, but I think she's like she said, she's learned. Every time she crosses that line, she gets that reaction out of me, and she knows, okay, well, I guess I can't say that anymore. But that takes 10 years of crossing each other's boundaries.
Right.
I guess I can't say that anymore. I'll be in the dog pen for 2 more weeks. I know that. So
Yeah. Well, he yelled one time, and I went to the bathroom and I told God, I said, God, I don't ever want to see him upset. So I won't. I don't do anything to upset him to where he's having to yell at me.
Who you talking about?
I'm talking about you.
Oh, I thought you talking about somebody else. I don't do all that. I don't know.
And that's the good thing about it. Like you said, after being married for a while, okay, why make them upset? And so it's just best to just get along.
you know what's funny to the next level, because we know what each other's triggers are. Like, so some people like they take that and they like they're mischievous about it. They
Mm-hmm.
but you can actually prank each other if you get to a level where you make fun of each other. Like she'll know, she'll be like, Peter, how much that cost? And I'll say, like $1,400. I know if I say a number like that, it'll make her, oh my God, what do you mean? But now she knows I'm joking, That's like the next level of, if you're comfortable, each other's boundaries. Now you can kind of joke with each other.
Yeah.
Hey, how much did Travis's dental bill cost? And that thing cost at least $1,500. I had to pay it with a credit card with a 24% interest rate. Oh my God! Because I know that triggers her, right? Why didn't you just do that? It would have been cheaper. And and then she knows I'm joking, right? Versus some couples might use that and to rile the other person up.
Yeah.
So try if you know your partner's triggers, try to use it in a more playful way versus try to hurt. Some people try to hurt each other on purpose.
Yeah, that's
Some
true.
people hurt each other. We hurt each other the ones we love the most, right? Because we know
That's
how.
true.
So
Well, I try not to. I try not to make sure my wife don't have a chocolate trigger, so I just make sure I bring chocolate home, so that so,
yeah.
so that chocolate trigger won't come out of her like, hey, get me up at 8 o'clock at night. I got a sweet tooth. Can you go to the store and get some chocolate? I'm like, okay, I'm just going.
Yeah.
I mean, Peter. I mean, when I get off work, I automatically go to the stove before she even called and asked for okay, and then I come in with it. Oh, thank you. I was just thinking about calling you to bring me some chocolate.
Nice. Yeah. See,
And that
we're all really
be
predictable.
him. He'll do it, but it be him. He wants to go to the store to buy himself something. And so to make me not question, well, why did you buy yourself something? You didn't buy me anything. Because that did happen. I'm like, you went to the store. I mean, you didn't buy me anything. I didn't know you wanted anything. I didn't know you
Chocolate.
So Daisy, do you are you the one that handle the money more better in the marriage than Peter do?
I'm sorry. Money manager, huh?
Right, I am right.
Oh yeah. I don't own anything.
I am.
Yeah, I can tell. I can tell you seem like you the one that handle the money more better.
Yeah, because like he before married, the first time, the second day we together, he give me everything he have.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's awesome.
That's good. That's good. That's good.
To today, he still do that.
I'm terrible with money.
Yeah.
I think my credit score was like 400 when I met her.
But
She
now-
like doubled my. It's like 800 now. Yeah, she doubled my credit score after.
But hey, Peter,
I doubled his credit score.
Hey, Peter, hey, Peter. This two things I've learned about marriage. Your wife gonna make sure you go to the doctor so you can stay with her a long time, and she gonna make sure you keep some money.
Yeah, the credit score. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Money and health goes up with
Well, he didn't have bad credit. He just had no credit. And I was like, well, how are we gonna do anything? You don't have no credit.
Well, my credit score is almost 8 now.
Right.
Yeah,
I
I
had-
up there too. After I met her.
Yep,
Also,
same here. I mean,
Right.
she taught me how to get my credit up, and so now mine's like
He
7.8,
just didn't have any. He
close
was
to 8.
doing everything with cash. He didn't have anything. So if we get ready to go buy something, we wouldn't be able to do it not together because he didn't have it. It wasn't that he wasn't able, he just didn't have credit.
So since y'all been married, what friends y'all have had to keep out of y'all marriage?
all of them. I deleted
Ain't
all
none
of
of them no good, Peter.
Would you say keep all of them out?
them. All of them. I don't got no friends anymore. No.
Listen, they ain't no good.
No, to be honest with you, I don't enjoy any of my time besides with my kids.
Yeah. After
My friend, hey, you want to hang out with me? I'm like, I'd rather hang out with this cute little girl. Tiffany's way cooler than you. Just yeah, my kids.
That's
my
funny.
puppy. I'll be honest with you. My friends, they're boring to me now.
Yeah.
They don't got nothing to bring to the table. But that is the beauty of having a beautiful family and stuff. I've purged almost all. You don't purge them, but we do have friends that are like have other families, so I feel like that's something we have in common. I got buddies coming driving down from Michigan later on the summer, and it's ironic because they have kids the exact same ages of our kids.
That's good.
So it's the friends that kind of have the same life as us, but we really haven't talked to them for like 8 years. But they have kids that are exactly our kids' ages and everything, and so we're just kind of like living the same lives, but just not together, right?
Yeah, that's good.
So yeah, it's about work and your family, and it's I think it's a beautiful thing when you kind of have a smaller group of friends. I think on my Facebook thing, I can't, I'm trying to wind it down. So you all are in my Facebook friends. You guys made the fun list, right? So I only have a handful of. I try to get that list of friends down to as close as possible. People try to get more followers. I try to get less followers.
So Daisy, you make sure that he gives you all the time and stay away from the ladies, right?
Yeah. No lady around him.
No ladies around him.
No, just a man.
Not even his cousin lady friends.
No,
I don't have no cousins.
it doesn't matter. Right now, we have 15 men workers.
Yeah,
15?
yeah. All my workers are,
Men.
men.
Was there no women, huh?
No lady, no girl, no woman. No female.
Girl, don't walk.
You funny,
That's
Daisy.
good.
You
That's
funny.
good.
You funny. So what would you all say to people that have fell out of love in their marriage?
It's gonna happen. Happens you can fall in and out in the same day.
It's true.
You just have to you just have to love yourself first, really. You probably fell out of love with yourself before you fell in love with the other person that's with you.
Yeah.
That's true.
We will together with the billboard. The person make me happy.
Yeah, like if you're relying on someone else to be the source of your happiness, I think you're cooked.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think if a lot of people that are unhappy with the couple or situation you're in or whatever it is, first of all, really, haven't realized the choices you make, you already made them. You don't have that much time to.
That's true.
So I think a lot of people they haven't realized that they've made that choice already. Maybe they've chosen that. They have buyer's remorse or whatever, right? But hey, once you make a choice, you just gotta commit with it. And it's probably not the choice that you made; it's probably yourself that you're having issues with. So that's what it is. I don't think it's a lot of people that are unhappy. I don't think it's unhappy with the choice that they made. I think they're unhappy with themselves.
Yeah.
And you just gotta fix yourself, and then your choices that you've made, you'll be okay with them after you fix yourself. I think. So.
Yeah, that's good.
Well, I can't agree with you, Peter. I mean, because if a person don't love themselves, then it's gonna be hard to love somebody else.
Yeah.
And then I think about what was your motives and your reason why you got into a relationship? I mean, because you said that we was doing this for life, but now all of a sudden, things are not going the way you wanted to go, and now you're becoming selfish.
Yeah.
Instead of thinking about the both of us, you're becoming selfish because you want to have your way. When the marriage is not about you; it's about two people.
That's good.
So it's not like, hey, you can't live like you was when you were single. You're not single no more. You're married. So I mean I don't. Sometimes I don't understand how people fall out of love. And you say that you love this person. You know?
Yep. No, it's tough. Yeah, you have to.
Mhm.
You gotta love yourself first. You gotta fix yourself first, and because there was a moment. I think you have to always remember. I think what keeps me and Daisy together. There's always a moment that you decided that you loved each other in the first place.
Yeah, that's true.
You got to remember why you even liked the person in the first place, right? And there
Mhm.
had to have been a spark at one point, right? Even the most miserable couples, like there had to have been one moment of happiness. So maybe try to remember
Right.
that. For people that are out there struggling, no, try to remember that one moment that you had together, and then realize that it's probably you that needs to be fixed, not the other person.
Yeah.
Right. So yeah, and if both people figure that out, I think that's when we started really clicking and started moving, was when she stopped trying to do everything herself and I stopped trying to do everything myself, and we shared. You know,
Mhm.
she let me be the at home daddy sometimes, and I let her go out and be her boss lady. That was scary. That was scary for me to try to be a dad, and then I'm sure it was scary for her to
Mhm.
go out there and start working.
Wow.
But that's the fun part. Things are gonna be tough. People will get broke. You'll bounce back again. The Lions will be back in the playoffs, I'm sure.
What so what is you all definition of success?
Success for me, yeah. Well, I'll let Daisy talk. Success, the woman entitlement.
Like all member in family happy. Right?
Yeah. So all members of the family happy.
Happy.
Yes.
Like
Yeah.
right now, I am and Peter happy, and my kid, my mom happy. I just need like that. Yeah.
That's success. I agree with you, Daisy.
And we still smile, Nguyen,
Smile.
smile, and feel happy every morning we wake up. Yeah.
I agree.
Mm-hmm.
That.
Yeah, we have enough food. We
Yeah.
have everything we need. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah. Success. Yeah. It's. I've made a lot of money. I've lost a lot of money. I've had fancy job titles. And I've had regular job. I've worked. As an entrepreneur and stuff. And when it comes to success in business, for me, it just means everyone that you work with respects you. You
Yeah.
could be the boss or have all these people, but if they're all snickering behind your back, or the moment you turn off that Zoom call, they all hate on you or
Yeah.
whatever.
Yeah.
For me, success means that the people that I work with know that I'm doing a good job. They know that they're doing a good job, and everything's just rolling, right?
Yeah.
So for me, success in business does not mean more money. It
Right.
should be measured by the respect that the people have for you. So yeah, as long as people respect you at your work, I think that's all you need. That's all. The money comes and goes. The job titles, they come and go. The suits, they end up getting tight and they don't fit anymore.
That's true.
You right about those. You right about those.
That's true. That's true.
Amen. So go ahead.
So what it does it mean to you?
What success?
Um,
Well, I think success is meaning nothing missing, nothing broken, wholeness. I'm not short on nothing. All my needs are supplied.
yeah.
I don't lack nothing. Everything is taken care of. I'm not missing nothing. I mean, because I don't think success is me having a lot of money. It's long as I got peace of mind and I ain't got nothing missing and everything is in place, I'm not suffering for food. I got a roof over my head. I got a car to drive. I got a job. I'm able to pay my bills,
That's good.
and I'm able to save some money too at the same time. I think I'm doing good.
Yeah.
I agree.
I got peace, and I'm not sad. I mean, because I think sometimes people think success means I got to have a whole lot of money to be successful. But I don't think you got to have a whole lot of money to be successful. You can be successful right where you are because success is a mindset.
Right.
Yeah.
You gotta want to think in your mind that you're already successful. But if you don't think that way, then you're gonna have the opposite.
That's good, man.
So who does all the cooking in the family? You, Daisy?
Oh, now it's my mom.
Your mom do all the cooking?
Yeah, because my kids don't love, they not love my food anymore.
You what now?
She said since his mother cooked, the kids don't love her cooking no more.
Oh, the kids like the mama cooking?
Yeah, like grandma cooking.
Yeah. Me too.
He said, me too. I know that's right, Peter.
So Peter and Daisy, do y'all think that just like a person has to work on their marriage, uh, why do people feel like that once they have got the individual that they want to be with, and now that they are in with the individual, why do they feel like they don't have to work on they don't have to do nothing no more?
I'm going to use a sports analogy for this one, okay, for all the sports fans out there. Just because you got drafted into the NFL doesn't mean you made it. That is the beginning of your career. You're blessed to have the opportunity to find your partner, but that's just the beginning of your career or relationship.
That's
right?
good.
Finding the person, getting drafted into the league, great. Welcome to the club of husbands and fathers. But just as you're a husband or a father does not mean you're a good husband or father at all. Right? I think you need to be striving for that hall of fame of fathers, right? So for me, why did I buy a puppy? Why do I do like the Cub Scout den leader thing? Because I'm not just trying to be a dad. I'm trying to be the number one dad. I'm trying to be the MVP of all dads. So I think like people aren't striving for enough. It's not enough just to get married. You're supposed to try to
Right.
be the number one husband or the number one wife, like not just to be a wife, right? Like
That's
great
good.
wife, but you're like the worst wife. You're better off single. You're better off being the best single person than being the worst wife, right? So
Yeah.
yeah. So whatever you choose to do, I think you
That's
should
good.
try to be the best of that position,
Mhm.
right? Not just to be that position, right? Just don't get into the NFL and then ruin your career because something off the field or something unprofessional. You have to put in the work year over year. It's competitive.
Yeah.
Just like in the marriage world, there's always another, someone trying to, tell Daisy they could provide her a better life or whatever it is. And she just has to know that I'm the one that is the best chance to provide her
That's
the best life.
good. Right.
I gotta prove that every single year. Right? She wants one beautiful kid. Great. I gave her Travis. She wants two beautiful kids. Great. I gave her Tiffany. She got a good shot.
She wanted 3 and you gave her a puppy.
A beautiful puppy. I have to show up every year and I have to win that Super Bowl and I have to start over every year. Okay. And I think if everyone took that approach to like their relationship and everything like that, it's a season. Right, you got 1 year, you tried, whatever it is, you're gonna fail. You made the Super Bowl, you didn't make the Super Bowl, but every year you can start over.
Yeah.
You learn what you did. You try to draft new tools, bringing new members to the team, like a puppy and stuff, and you try to run at it and make another Super Bowl at life, And if we don't win this year and we don't make the Super Bowl, at least we had fun doing it. I think that's Daisy's main thing. You don't have to win a Super Bowl; just have fun playing the games. But try to be that MVP. If whatever position you're at, and I even tell my kids, like, try to be the best son that you can be.
Yeah.
Don't just be a kid. Be the coolest kid on the block. Be the coolest big brother you can be, and so I try to win that. I literally try to win like the dad of the award every year, and I'm competing against all the other Cub Scout dads, and I'm there cheating on my kid's Pinewood Derby just so he wins, You only cheat to win, right? But that's what I mean, I want to win at being a dad so bad that I'll cheat at my kid's Pinewood Derby. That's how bad I want to win at being a dad, right? So
that's awesome.
Amen.
Amen. So we're gonna wrap it up. We enjoyed y'all tonight, and I want to see the puppy again. So
you see Tinker?
Yeah. So did y'all get it from a local breeder?
Yeah, we'll call up the family real quick.
So did y'all get it from a local breeder?
Yeah, we're gonna go. We'll bring out the fam here. They kept trying to make funny faces back there on us, and
The kids.
they try to mess us up a little bit, but
The
yeah,
kids.
if you're trying to talk Calvin and get you a little puppy, Puppy Dreams will let you test out their puppies.
Okay, so that's
like rent them. You get to play with them for like an hour for like $10. So you get to learn. So we fell in love with Tinkerbell. She was our probably the 6th or 7th dog that we tested or dated.
Wow.
Well, that way you don't bring home a little brat toy poodle or something and things yapping at you all morning.
Oh wow.
So Tinkerbell was nice and calm and everything.
So Pet Dreams is here locally?
Yeah, it's off Cantrell in Little Rock. Travis, come here. Everyone wants to say hi. We'll do a little sign off here.
Hey, Peter. Hey, Travis.
How you doing?
How you doing? Hey, Tiffany.
Here's little Tiffany.
You doing all right, Tiffany?
Here's little Tinkerbell.
Y'all gotta get a family picture with the dog.
Little Tinkerbell.
Hey, I'm gonna ask y'all one more question before we go.
Okay.
Those that want to be married, should they be dating or should they just wait to get married?
I think it depends. Yeah, you got to date, But you're gonna know on the first date. I'm telling you right now. The people that you'll know right away.
You'll know right on that first date. I agree with that.
You'll know in the first. I think science proves it to where you'll know in the first 3 seconds. But women make their decision on who they're going to marry in 3 seconds. So
that's true.
I read that somewhere.
That is the cutest thing, the family and with the dog.
So Travis, did you get straight A's this year?
He got 1 B, right, Travis?
Yeah.
You got 1 B, Travis.
Tiffany's the true Asian. Tiffany got all A's. So she's
Tiffany, you got all A's, Tiffany.
She got all A's.
All right, that's good. I'm glad. Now y'all need to take a family portrait with the dog.
All right, so we thank you for joining us tonight. Those who stuck out with us and stayed on. And of course, if you came in late, go back and listen to the replay and listen to the beginning. We always love having Peter and Daisy on. Of course, Travis and Tiffany. And now Tinkerbell.
Tinkerbell. Say hey, Tinkerbell.
But we appreciate appreciate everyone for joining us tonight. Until next time, we see you later.
Yeah. Thank
Bye,
you.
everybody.